Well, hello there, and welcome back to another episode of Crypto News with Julie Kennis. I'm your host, Julie Kennis. As always, this show is powered by the Gokhshtein News Network, and I apologize for being a tad late today. It happens. Today is the last official day of summer here, so there are some things was busy taking care of this morning. Some things on my to-do list before the kids return to school. So yes, tomorrow morning is their first day back at school. I spent the morning at the DMV. It was wonderful. Yes. I did find a DMV that does not have very many people there, which is a good thing, because usually the DMV can be quite unbearable. But we're making progress. That's all I could say. The quest for the permit still continues. So, only 2 minutes. We're good. So, well, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you tuning in on a late show for me. I don't usually do a 2 p.m. show. So I've actually never ran a 2 p.m. show this late. We'll see how it goes. But I didn't want to miss you guys. You know, I'm working really hard towards my YouTube goal, and I am inching up day by day. I don't know, if I don't clinch it by September, you're probably going to see me having like a subathon. So if you guys see me having a subathon, then you know I am desperate. This girl is desperate, because that is like the last thing I want to do is to actually host a subathon. But I would do it if I have to. If I have to. Did I bring dinner? No, I didn't. My son's asking me the same question. He's like, where are you? I'm starving. Bring me food. I've been gone all day. He has been fending for himself, and he is over the snacks. He's over the snacks. I told him to just like heat yourself up some bean burritos, like in the, pull them out of the freezer and put them in the microwave, and you'll be good. You'll be good. Well, hello, Derp. Welcome in. This is probably a better time for my East Coasters. But the reason this does not work for me is because, like, tomorrow is early out. They have an early out for the first day of school. And early out is at 2:25. And so by me having it at 1 o'clock Pacific time, I will always be done by the early out nonsense. And so, this school likes to put a lot of pressure on us mothers. Number one, they love the dress up days. We're going to make you dress up and all kinds of crazy stuff. Oh, and then like last minute projects that are due. I always ask, are the projects coming up? No. You want to know when I find out about the projects? The night before they're due. Yeah. So it happens. It happens. So all of the craziness is about to resume, but we were trying to hurry and get my daughter's permit squared away before school started. She missed it by a couple. So we will be back in 8 days testing again. One of these days I will be a passenger princess again, and she will be driving me, and I'm going to be like, this is amazing. No, I'll probably be terrified. Be careful what you wish for, because as soon as she gets her permit, then she's going to want to drive. And then as soon as I'm in the passenger seat, I'm going to be, like stomping my foot on the invisible brake pedal that doesn't exist on the passenger side. So I'm a little scared about that. It's going to be a little bananas being the passenger princess while my daughter drives. But she's going into junior year this year. I told her with her flourishing social life, she needs her driver's license, because I get tired and I want to go to bed, and I don't want to be out driving around at like 10 o'clock at night. I want to be in bed, texting my daughter, where are you? It's past curfew. Get home. Hello, Loco. Welcome in. I'm so excited to see you. I haven't seen you in here in a minute. Peace of my mind. Lovely to see you too. John Legend the Legend is also in the chat. Wonderful, Mama Shadow. The banana boat tour is coming. That's right. I should, Mama Shadow, I should make some AI pictures of us. Hello, Cheesy Chunk over on X. Lovely to see you. We're hanging out over on YouTube. You're welcome to join us on YouTube, but you're welcome to stay on X as well. I'm trying to get to 1,600 subscribers. You know, it felt like forever to get to 1,500, and then I've hit like 1,520 in no time. It took me over 3 weeks to cross the threshold to 1,500, but then once I hit 1,500, it was like 2 weeks, and I was at 1520. I don't know why it does that. Every time I'm about to hit a new threshold, it likes to challenge me. In fact, YouTube is making it such a challenge, they have increased the watch time. So the goal is I have to be monetized before January 1. That's my goal. I have to be monetized before January 1. You know, but I am excited this coming year in December. I'm going to probably go a little bigger for Christmas time. You know, this last year I decorated a little bit for Christmas. I had a little Christmas outfit, but I think I'm going to go bigger this year for Christmas. I'm going to do bigger and better. I think it'll be fun. And I almost feel like the vibes will be returning by then. I feel like people are starting to get more bullish on the end of this year, having some positive movement on Bitcoin, and I think that's a great thing. I would have to agree with that there is going to be some positive movement soon. So, all right, you guys, taking a look over at the crypto charts, Bitcoin taking a little bit of a breather today. XRP dipped below $1. Let's go ahead and dive into the crypto charts. Push the button. I pushed the button and it felt a little laggy. Mama Shadow says that she's got her 7-foot tall tree. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. At first, I thought it said 7th tree, and I was like, wow, you have 7 trees? That's wild. I think if I had 7 trees, I wouldn't even undecorate them. I would just like wrap them with a tarp and then put them back in the garage. And then that way I wouldn't have to redecorate 7 trees every year. I do have a couple of trees though, but I do have fun decorating it. But I'm almost to the point where I just want to pull it out and have it fully decorated each year. You know, the other thing that's really become popular here is all of the women now it's all who has the best tree. And they pay someone to come in and decorate it for them. They decorate the house. They'll decorate the stairs, like you name it. These people come and they fully decorate the inside. I feel like, doesn't that take the magic away? Like part of the magic of Christmas is decorating the house and pulling out the heirlooms with your family and talking about, oh, you know, here's your baby ornament. Here's my baby ornament. That's what's special about it. You just have some foo-foo lady and her fancy decor website come over and Instagramify your house. And how is that even special? Yeah, it looks cute. Okay, your color theme is banging. I can see that the candy theme really works well in your house. No, it's more about the time spent with your family and the traditions that you pass down to your kids, that were the traditions that you took from your parents. But all of that gets stripped away when you're paying some lady to come in and decorate your tree for you. So, bougie hiring someone to decorate your house. Yes, I live in California. There is not a lot that they won't pay people to do. Like there are people that will decorate the outside of your house and people that will decorate the inside of your house. And it's become more and more competitive, the interior decor tree decorating at Christmas time. Like I know at least 3 different women who do it. And as soon as like Thanksgiving rolls around, it's like, look at my tree display. Anyway, who knows how much they're making? Who knows how much they're making? It's probably a lot. But let's take a look at Bitcoin because it is not Christmas just yet. Although a Santa rally this year would be absolutely freaking lovely. So taking a look, I'm not on Bitcoin. I'm looking at XRP here still because I was looking at this sell-off on Ripple. Wicked all the way down to 99 cents and had this nice healthy retracement. Came back up Mike Wilmer said, those women are just seeking validations. That is the truth. That is the truth. What are you proving? What are you proving? So XRP's had a nice little recovery here. Back above $1, trading at $1.01. But Bitcoin is really the daddy that we're talking about here today. Down from yesterday's, we were sitting at like 64, just a hair under 65 yesterday. Currently sitting at 63,691, down just $220, not even a percent point. Taking a look at Ethereum, it is sitting at 1883. I feel like it loves this channel at 1800, so you just hang on to that, as well as Solana has held strong to this position here around the 74 to 76 range. So let's go ahead and see. I want to see where our Cardano is. Cardano's trading at 18 cents. And guys, I am going to put myself into position on Cardano now. I'm putting myself into position, and I will be happy with whatever entry I get. But I'm really looking here at, okay, now I'm going to put the money there and get ready to enter in. Problem is, if you're like me, you have wallets for each different chain. And it's not always, you have to set up each chain strategically. I don't use centralized exchanges really anymore. I really don't. I will use them for on-off ramps occasionally. But, well, welcome in, Jesse. You're not late. You are not late. You're exactly on time. And welcome in, Bill. I see you. I see you've managed to make the 2 o'clock time frame. I think this works better for my East Coasters, like I was saying, but I can't do this every day. I can't do this every day. So, let's see. Sui here is trading at 68 cents. All right, that's all I really got here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the crypto bubbles. Pretty mixed in the top 100, but we're just kind of consolidating here and waiting to see what's going to happen because, as you know, I want to say Clarity Schmerity. Randy Hipper's got me saying Clarity Schmerity. Clarity Schmerity. We don't need it, but a lot of the market has been contingent on what is going on with Clarity, and we will dive into it because, you know, we love to talk about the Clarity Act. We love to talk about it. Before we dive into that, let's go ahead and take a break from our sponsors over at Personas.
Social media taught us how to post, scroll, and react, but not always how to truly remember. Our most meaningful memories are everywhere, hidden in camera rolls, old messages, voice notes, and forgotten folders. Personas brings those memories together, creating a living memory profile you can keep adding to as life goes on. Photos, voice clips, videos, and personal stories become the foundation of a Personas, built from real memories. The people who know you best can add the moments only they remember. Stories, photos, voice notes, and milestones. With memory requests, nothing is added without approval. Every story is reviewed, accepted, and preserved with care. Personas is different by design, not built for attention, but built for meaning, connection, and legacy. It is not about replacing someone. It is about preserving the voice, wisdom, and love they chose to leave behind. A Personas can grow through every chapter, from childhood to family to future generations, still adding to the story. This is Personas, a new way to share who we are, remember who we love, and keep stories connected. Personas, built for memories, designed for connections.
All right, you guys, I just got off the phone with Personas earlier while I was at the DMV. And I was so happy to hear they implemented one of the suggestions I had. I suggested something to kind of help onboard the new people, to help them kind of guide them along setting up their Personas. And they implemented it, and they said it's a really great addition, and they think it'll be nice for when we roll it out. Because as you guys know, we are still in beta. If you guys are interested in joining Personas, you can go to personas.com. There's a link in the description. And register that you're interested in being on Personas with us. So it's a super fun way, new way to have social media. And yes, we are going to be playing with my Personas. I need to do I'm really sad that I didn't get a chance to do this last weekend, but this last weekend was just so busy. The last weekend of summer, I had a bunch of little boys at my house, a bunch of 12-year-old boys. It was how you would expect a sleepover with 12-year-old boys to go. There was a lot of talk of farts and things like that. And not going to sleep and giggling. And yeah, it was funny. It was funny. But you guys, I digress. I'm excited because Personas is bringing really cool new products. And you guys are going to be the first. You guys are the first to hear all about it here on the channel. You guys have been the first to even demo it when we go to play with my Personas. So we are going to set up another live stream where we will go on and play with my persona some more. That way you guys get familiar with it. Hopefully you guys join me over there. But if you register your interest for joining us on Personas, that just helps. It helps us know how big the network is going to be. Then I know who I need to add into my circle, and then we can add stuff in our memory galaxies. It's cool stuff. There's nothing else like it. Right now, when I see AI, it's very, I Personas and chatted with Zach. I need to try and find someone else on the Personas team. We'll go talk to them next, and it will be a good time. I'm excited about it. All right, you guys. So let's move on with the show and get into some breaking news. All right, you guys. This one says FlightAware sues Kalshi over flight cancellation data. The legal action against Kalshi focused on trademark infringement and injury to its reputation, in addition to citing state authorities comparing the companies to contracts to gambling. So let's dive into it, because I feel like this is just a start in what Kalshi is probably looking at in the bigger picture. So FlightAware is a company that offers real-time status and information about flights globally over the prediction markets platform, using its data and name to run gambling markets over flight cancellations. In a Monday filing in the U.S. District Court of New York, the company said that despite repeated demands for Kalshi to stop using its registered trademark and offering bets verified by FlightAware's data, so using their actual name, the prediction market has continued to list event contracts based on flight cancellations. The lawsuit cited authorities claim the event contracts on prediction markets perform like Kalshi were wagers in violation to state laws, adding that the company's expansion to trading on commercial flights starting in July was associating FlightAware with its activities, potentially harming its reputation. FlightAware sought to stop Kalshi's illicit behavior before there is any harm to public safety. There was widespread outrage and concern that the market would incentivize unsafe tactics to impact cancellations, threatening public safety and creating the potential for massive disruption in air travel. So airlines condemned the markets and said in the lawsuit, and due to Kalshi's unauthorized use of FlightAware data and mark, customers immediately assumed that FlightAware was involved in the scheme. So the FlightAware lawsuit, while based on trademark infringement, breach of contract, injury to its reputation, and unfair competition, is just the latest in legal entanglement for prediction markets like Kalshi and Polymarket. Many gaming authorities have petitioned courts to block the company's event contracts for residents in what it's expected to become a showdown between federal regulators and state officials over alleged illegal gambling practices, usually focused on sports betting. So that, I think, you're looking at states like Nevada, which has already had to do so much to get through gaming and to be able to allow there to be gaming and legalized gambling in the state. That's not everywhere. Like, I'm from California, and when you grew up in California, we would drive to Vegas, yes, and as soon as you hit state line, there at Prim, they would have all of the hotels for people who were tired from driving, still had almost another hour to get to Vegas. So people would all stop at State Line because as soon as you hit State Line, you were able to gamble. Now take that, all of the lost gambling proceeds, people that would have potentially gone to Vegas, and now they can gamble from their phone with these prediction markets, and they've just completely found a loophole here to be able to do this. Now, where I think this gets really funky is if you have people who work within the airline industry and have the ability to potentially cause a catastrophic delay. Let's just say you have an airline mechanic who is into this type of sports contracts. What are we calling them? Anyway, if they are aware that a repair could potentially cause a cancellation, then you have people that are there on the tarmac that know, okay, well, either potentially there's a storm coming or we have this flight being delayed. There's just things that can happen. People who can potentially participate on one side of the bet that are able to have some sort of impact on the outcome. And so this is where I think it gets really sketchy. Props to FlightAware for chasing this down. And I think ultimately this is what's going to be what is the downfall of Kalshi, because I think Kalshi came out really hot. They had a lot of marketing behind them. They were overtaking Polymarket with all of the betting, contract betting. And now it is, if they end up in all of these different lawsuits buried under litigation after litigation and all of these attorney fees, eventually the company is not going to be profitable anymore. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens with this. This is the first I'm seeing of like someone who has nothing to do with sports betting, like isn't directly impacted, but they're like, hey, well, we're part of FlightAware. This is our data. You're harming our brand, and you could potentially be harming people on the ground. Like imagine if somebody was flying back to go see their dying mother or dying father, and somebody's like, oh, well, I could do this bet that this flight's going to get canceled and then I make all this money. I mean, there's all these people whose lives would be impacted as a result of one potentially negligent person who wants to get rich off of this. So I think it's good for FlightAware to go after this, because there has to be some sort of regulation, and there isn't any. There is absolutely none. I mean, insider trading about politics, it's okay. That happens. Nobody's getting in trouble for that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, all right. Moving on to the next story. Strategy CEO says company will resume Bitcoin accumulation this year. The company has bought roughly 25 times more BTC than it has sold this year, despite recent sales that challenged its long-standing accumulation strategy. Strategy CEO Fong Li said that the company plans to resume accumulation of Bitcoin later this year, even after shifting business priorities prompted it to sell its portion of its holding in a move that drew scrutiny from the market. In a Monday interview with Fox Business, Li said Strategy had purchased around 175,000 Bitcoin since the beginning of the year, while selling roughly only 7,000 BTC, making the company a significant net buyer. That's about 25 times more buying than selling. And he added that Strategy has gone from the world's second largest institutional Bitcoin holder to the largest. We'll get back to buying more Bitcoin through the course of the year. Here's what I want to know is, why wouldn't you be buying now? Why wouldn't you be buying when it's low? I mean, do they think it's going to go lower? And they were already purchasing majority of that Bitcoin higher than what they sold it at. So did they take a loss? Were they taking a tax loss? That's kind of what I'm thinking. While Strategy has accumulated more than 840,000 Bitcoin, it has sold Bitcoin on 4 occasions since May, with the most recent sale totaling 1,690 Bitcoin. The company has used proceeds from its recent sale to support preferred stock dividends, share repurchases, and its US dollar reserve. Despite the relatively small size of sales compared to its overall holdings, Strategy has faced scrutiny for departing from its long-standing never sell approach. And of course, the Bitcoin treasury model is facing pressure in the bear market because, well, it's just not a profitable strategy during the downturns. All right. Moving on. Following Senate delay, crypto bill has a narrowing window to become law. In fact, it will probably most definitely not become a law this year. And as I continue to speculate, I think it's going to actually just straight up die. So after the August recess, lawmakers in the Senate will have just 36 days in session before the end of the year to pass clarity. Well, 36 days, I think last count I heard was like 380 days that this has been with Senate. So it's already been there a year and a month, and they still haven't. Okay, so what's 36 more days? Do we really think they're going to hammer this out in the next 36 days? No, I don't think so. So the Clarity Act is expected to be held for a cloture vote in September upon the U.S. Senate's return, but still faces significant hurdles on the path to becoming law. Just before the Senate broke for a month-long recess last week, Majority Leader filed the cloture for the crypto market structure bill to go to the floor for consideration. Lawmakers will return on recess on September 14th, but only have 14 days scheduled in session before breaking for a recess before November, and then just another 22 days before the end of the year. So 2 weeks and then 3 weeks and it's over. So I think it's going to be a whole lot of nothing happening on the Clarity Act. So the 36-day window for the Clarity Act has many crypto industry advocates publicly expressing their optimism for the bill's chances in Congress, but lawmakers had not announced a deal for many of the provisions still at issue. So these included the ethics language affecting Donald Trump's ties to digital assets and additional restrictions for crypto companies offering stablecoin rewards. Ultimately, the stablecoin rewards, I think, is the issue at hand. And ultimately, even though they're doing these breaks, the Senate members return home and they continue to meet with people in their district and continue to, evolve in the process of being in their position. So I'm thinking if there's people who are really against Clarity Act, even though we're saying, 36 days to get it approved, there is significantly more time for people who do political outreach to get into their senators, just meet with them, talk about it, make them make a no vote, because people don't really want the Clarity Act, especially the banks. The banks are not happy about the stablecoin rewards. And I think ultimately that's where the rub is they really don't want to have to offer these stablecoin rewards. So the Senate has had 13 months to consider Clarity after it was passed by the House of Representatives last year. In that time, the chamber faced more than one government shutdown, pushback from industry leaders, and opposition from many Democrats. So saying that the then version of the bill would enable what they called Trump's crypto corruption. So now what I did not find an article on, which we'll probably see something pop up tomorrow, is about Trump and walking away from some of the crypto ventures that the Trump family was involved in. So that's going to be popping up. And I'm sure a lot of it has to do with these ethics provision, the fact that they're coming after him. And the fact that ultimately, although I think him being a proponent of Bitcoin was a good thing, his involvement in cryptocurrency and becoming enriched off of cryptocurrency has been a negative thing for the industry overall. So Stablecoin BS shouldn't even be in the bill. And amen to that, Black Hat team. Is like, we already know that stablecoins have made it through. So why is there more stuff about stablecoins when there's already a law about stablecoins? Like, it's kind of too late, in my opinion, unless it's, I don't know. It's all of the laws and everything that the guardrails that they want to build around it. And so, but still, stable coins and the stablecoin bill, the Genius Act, should be a fully standalone bill, because if Clarity Act falls, you can't come back and say, oh, well, there's a part of stable coins that we haven't fully, haven't fully defined yet. It's just a mess. It's just a mess. It's hot in here, guys. It's hot in here. All right, moving on. MoneyGram expands to crypto cash ramps to Solana. MoneyGram's ramp service now connects to Solana wallets and applications to its global cash network, with Rift becoming the first wallet to integrate its service. So I remember us talking about this when they first said they were going to come into the crypto ecosphere, and now here they are. Global remittance company MoneyGram has expanded its ramp services to Solana, allowing wallets, exchanges, and developers on the network to offer cash to crypto and crypto to cash conversions through its payment network. Ramps previously operated on Stellar, making Solana its second supported blockchain. Rift is the first Solana wallet to integrate the service, allowing users to move between crypto and local currencies through MoneyGram. In an X post announcing its launch, Solana said MoneyGram serves more than 60 million customers through nearly 500,000 local retail locations across more than 170 countries, with the network now accessible to Solana developers through a single API. Ramp supports cash deposits in more than 25 countries and withdrawals in more than 170 countries and territories, according to MoneyGram. The service, also integrated into the Solana developer platform's payment module, lets developers add MoneyGram's fiat on and off-ramp infrastructure without building their own banking integrations. That's actually really huge, in my opinion. The company said that Solana launched it as part of a broader effort to make ramps available across multiple blockchain ecosystems. In June, MoneyGram became a Solana validator, staking Solana and processing transactions on the network. It has also joined the Solana developer platform as part of that expansion. So shout outs to MoneyGram. This is, part of what I would call mass adoption. Everybody knows MoneyGram. And people who still use MoneyGram, like, look, I don't ever use MoneyGram, but people who still use MoneyGram, they will be able to see that that's an option available to them. So yes, I'm feeling hot. It was hot in here. I came in and it said it was 91 degrees and I have the air on, but it's just not really cooling down fast enough. It's hot in here. So, you guys, that is the show for today. If you are new here, smash the subscribe as I go live every day at 1 o'clock Pacific time, excluding today. But tomorrow I will be back at my normal time. The kids are going to be back at school, so I've got a fun first day back. And then I'm not going to have any disruptions. I get to just plan a banger show with you guys. I'm so excited, you guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you to the sponsors of today's show. And I will catch you all on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.